Okay, we begin now. Right, you look very, very handsome.
I'm a handsome man.
You always be handsome. Good morning to everybody. I'm very excited to be here today for this August interview. I'm here with one of our distinguished Cameroonians who had the opportunity to meet and know Professor Bernard Fondlong. So it's true reading. In fact, even before I was reading about Professor Bernard Fondlong, I had heard about Professor Lantum. He has written a lot. He wrote about Phylloeus and many other books which I'm going to talk about. So I'm very happy to meet you, Professor. How have you been?
What do I call you?
My name is George Chumbonga Lekelefak. I'm from Bangwa.
George.
Yes, that's my Christian name.
From Bangwa.
From Bangwa.
I've been to Bangwa.
Okay.
Where Father Dominic. You use him now?
Father Dominic, yes. I heard of Father Dominic,
He's in Bangwa.
who was a nurse, right?
He was a nurse
Okay.
and a priest.
Okay. He was sponsored by Kiara.
Yes.
How did that happen?
I don't know how it happened. A long story.
A long story. Okay. So I'm happy to meet you. I would like to. This interview is about your life because you have distinguished yourself as a great author. In fact, when I was going through the copies of Abia, I was so impressed to see you. Your name comes everywhere, almost everywhere. You have Nuptiality in Jakiri district of Cameroon by Noni Lantum.
Yes.
So there's so many articles you wrote as a young man. Where did you get this talent of writing? How did it come about? How did it start?
Well, I'm an educated Cameroonian.
Okay.
Studied many places.
Okay.
And I did a lot of original research.
Okay.
And wrote articles for public interest.
So let's go to your formative years. Formative years. Because in order to understand Professor Lantum, it's important to know the schools he passed through. Let's begin with your primary school. Where were you born, by the way?
I was born in Congo.
Okay. In the Northwest Province.
Northwest Province.
Where specifically? In Kumbo town.
Congo town, yeah.
Wow, what a privilege. I'm not Kikelike or Shiso. In Kumbo.
In Congo town.
Okay, you were born. Can you tell us about your parents who were there? You remember?
Papa Raphael Noni.
Raphael.
Raphael Noni.
Okay.
And Catherine Ayubu.
Okay. Catherine and Ayuli.
Ayubu.
Ayuwum.
Yugul.
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 Yeah.
Do the names have a meaning? I know Lamson names have meaning.
Yes.
Can you please elucidate?
Ayubu.
Yes. What does that mean in Lamson? Or maybe later you can answer that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So tell us more about your parents. Who were they? What did they do? Because it's important to understand them, to be able to know why you were able to go to school, to Sase and all these places.
My father was a forester.
Okay, forester.
Yes.
Oh, okay. In Kumbo.
In Congo.
What of your mom?
My mom was a farmer.
Oh, a farmer. Okay. Interesting. Do you have siblings? For me, nice.
Yes, my senior brother,
Okay.
Peter Nzamika.
Peter. Okay. This senior brother. And did you have any other brothers? Our sisters?
Anthony.
Anthony. Okay. So you have Anthony, you have Peter, you have Daniel.
Love Martha.
Martha, the sister? Okay, so how many,
That's father.
in general, how many sisters?
One.
One sister and two brothers? No, three.
Three.
Okay, so you people were five. Okay, are all of them still alive?
No.
Okay, one is gone. Okay, so the others are still,
Peter the first has gone.
okay, to heaven.
Hopefully.
Yeah, we pray and we believe. Yes, we have to be very hopeful and optimistic as Christians. And I am, and I believe Peter is there, listening to us now and blessing you. So Peter is in heaven, and Anthony?
Anthony is in the compound.
They're in Kumbo. Okay. And what of, you have Anthony, you have
Dennis.
Dennis is
Still in the compound.
still in Kumbo?
Living on my house, yes.
Okay, and do you have a sister called?
Martha.
Martha. Where's Martha?
She is living in Manfay.
Okay.
So she was married to the LPO.
Okay, I see.
The country.
Wow. So you had a very lovely family. What was the relationship among you when you were growing up?
We were friendly.
Okay. And cordial.
Up till now, we are still friendly.
Do you remember? Do you remember any anecdotes as a child? Any funny anecdote? I know you're a storyteller.
Peter was a builder, my senior brother.
Oh. So he was a builder. He could build houses.
He could build houses. And in fact, he built his house where we are now.
Oh, did he? Wow. Peter is such a strong builder.
Yes.
Interesting.
When he was building, he brought Dennis came carrying stones.
Okay.
Anthony was carrying stones.
Wow. So they were all here to help.
Yes, I was back.
And what was Martha doing?
Martha was already in Manfay.
Okay.
Married to three.
Oh, I see. Wow, interesting. So, thank you for this background. So, we know who Professor Lantum is. His father was a forester, the mother was a farmer. So, I'm sure you learned something from them. You learned to be a hardworking boy.
Yes.
Did you follow her to the farm?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. How were the farms in those days? Did you trek?
We used to trek to the farm, yes. They are far away
Okay.
in the bush.
Wow. How many hours do you remember? 3 hours? Long distances?
Long distances, yes.
And I was told that in those days there were no shoes.
There were no shoes.
So you used to travel barefooted. Did you?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Do you remember when you had when you put on your first shoe? Do you remember when was that? For the first time.
I don't remember the date,
Okay.
but I wore my father's shoes.
Oh really? Did you have the same size?
No,
Why did you do that?
well, just to wear my father's shoes.
Okay.
Yeah. I trekked to Shison.
From Kumbo
Yes, from Kumu to Shison
with the shoes.
with the shoes. Because that's where the Catholic church was.
Okay. Yeah, shoes.
So I was wearing the shoes to go to Shison.
Did he know about it?
Yeah, he knew.
Okay. And he gave you permission.
Yes.
What was the experience with the shoes?
They were bulky.
Okay. But did you feel good?
Well, I managed.
So it was not even a good experience since you managed.
I managed.
Oh my God.
My foot was small.
Oh.
My father's shoe
Was big.
was bigger.
Okay, so you were dangling in them.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It was dark, yeah.
Do you remember the color?
Usually black.
Oh, it was a black shoe. That's interesting. So you were born in Kumbo, then you went to, where did you go for primary school, if I may ask?
I first started with the Lamson school.
Oh, so you were learning Lamso.
Lamson is my language
Okay, where was that in Kumbo?
in Kumu.
Do you remember some of the classmates you had?
Kadinatumi was one of them.
Okay, interesting. So you look at that to me as a small boy.
Yes.
Oh wow, interesting. How was his character then? Do you remember? I can see him behind here smiling. And very, was he huge and tall?
He was tall.
Okay.
He was a villager from the Kaikanaki.
So he was a villager. Why you were from town? So did he behave like a villager? You know, villagers at times are afraid to interact with others.
No, he was a Christian child.
Okay, so he was a bit exposed.
Yes. So he used to come from his village on foot.
Wow, from Kikakeleke
Yes.
to Kumbo
To
to learn Lamso.
learn Lamson.
Okay,
So we were together.
I see. What of Archbishop Paul Vedzekov? Was he in the Lamso school too?
No, it's when I left the Lamson school,
Okay.
I went to Shizong.
Oh.
To Shizong.
Yes.
I saw the Dukov,
Okay.
who was the son of a famous lady.
Yeah.
I tried to the church in Shizong.
I see. So that's where you met Vedzekov for the first time.
When the Dukov was first
In Shishon.
in Shizong. And he didn't come back.
Okay. Wow. Why is he called Vedzekov, by the way? Many people have asked me, they think it's a Polish name called Vedzekov. What does that mean in Lamso?
We are in the forest.
We are
We are
in the forest. Why did they give you such a name?
That is, since he was a Christian child,
Okay.
that was for a Christian meaning.
Oh,
Yeah,
interesting. We are in the forest.
we're in the forest.
Vedzekov.
We are looking for light.
Oh. And I think that influenced him, no? Because he was looking for light, he traveled to many countries, studied, became an intellectual
Eventually,
with the help of his Professor Bernard Fonlong, who adopted him and trained him.
yeah.
Okay. Interesting. So as a young boy, he went to Shishong, Kumbo in the Lamso school.
We went to Lamson, Kudu,
Okay.
and then to Shizong,
Okay.
where I went to the course. And that time, they were teaching English.
English
In
language.
Lamson and English.
Oh. In Shishong.
In Shizong.
That's where he began learning English.
Yeah,
So before then, you were speaking only Lamso.
yeah.
Wow. Interesting. No wonder you're an I saw many articles and poems which you wrote in Lamso.
Yeah, because I learned Lamson well.
Okay. As a language.
That's the language, my language.
You must be very proud of that.
Well, yeah.
Obviously.
I was proud, yeah.
I'm happy to know that. So you left Lamso, you left Shishong, and tell us more about your secondary education. I hear you went to Sase. How did that happen?
When I went to the English speaking school
In Shishong?
in Shizong, we called Sacred Heart School Shizong.
Okay. Where Fonlong was even a teacher.
Where Fonlong was a teacher,
Okay.
and the Vedoka was a student.
Oh.
Yeah. Then Lucas Satan
Okay, he was there too.
was a teacher,
Oh.
and he taught me standard 5.
What did he teach you?
He taught everything I said.
Everything. English, mathematics.
Standard 5.
That's interesting. Okay. So there, you met prominent people like Paul Vedzekov.
Vedoka was senior to me.
Tell us more about your secondary education. How did you find yourself in Sase? What happened?
Now, when the entrance examination to Sase College
Was published.
was published,
Okay.
Father Adam told me, Father Adam is from Bamina.
Yes.
He told me about the exam.
Okay.
He said, and I'm not going to take the exam.
And you took it.
I took the exam. So I'm probably the first
Wow.
in West Cameroon.
Congratulations. You were a very intelligent and serious student.
Well, that's what they say.
That's what I say. So tell us more about this exam. Was it a Lamso exam or it was English?
It was English.
Nothing of Lamso?
No.
Okay.
So it was the exam for the full province.
Interesting.
For the whole of West Cameroon.
Wow. So do you remember the interview? Was it an interview or was it just an exam?
An exam with so many subjects.
Wow. And you were one of in fact, you were the first.
I think I was the first.
Congratulations.
And I was chosen to go to Sase College
Wow.
after that exam.
So you were told you are going to Sase.
Yeah.
How was your feeling?
Well, I felt good,
Okay.
but the distance
Good.
from Kumbu to Sase was very far.
So before talking about the trip from Banso to Sase, you inform your parents. Were they happy about the news?
Well, I knew it wrong, and then I asked, they didn't speak English, they didn't speak French.
Oh, they didn't. They only spoke Lamsa.
I only spoke Lamso.
So you spoke to them in Lamsa.
Yeah.
And what was the reaction?
They were happy.
interesting. And from that moment, you were preparing yourself to go to Sase.
Yes.
Before then, did you ever hear of Sase? Did you read about Sase in a book or?
We only heard that there was a college. College called Sase College.
I see.
Further Atam,
Okay.
where my teacher came from.
Oh.
Atam came from Bamenda.
Yeah.
I've been to something.
Okay. So he was the one who told you about Sase. Tell us about the trip. So when you admitted to Sase, did they give you a prospectus, some things you have to bring?
They don't tell you all that.
So it's not like today where they tell you have to buy this book, you have to bring a box with the addresses. No. They just say come.
So you just come.
How did you go? I'm interested to know what happened the trip.
You take from Kumbu,
Yes.
they will walk 2 days.
You walk on foot.
Yes. Go to Bamenda.
Wow.
Then from Bamenda,
Yes.
you take a vehicle, and go to a truck,
Okay, and pay some money.
and pay some money.
Was it francs or it was shillings in those days?
It was shillings.
Shillings, okay. Did you have some shillings to pay?
My father and my mother gave me some money. They paid the fees.
Wow. So there was a school fees to which you had to pay in Sase.
No, I didn't pay school fees.
It was free.
No,
Okay.
I didn't pay school fees. I was just went to come to Saturday.
Okay.
I was part the entrance.
That's interesting. Okay. So you arrived Sase.
Eventually I arrived Saturday. And I was a student.
So tell us about when you arrived Sase, who was the principal then? They were all missionaries, mid-hill missionaries.
Yes.
Okay.
You know, for the Costa,
Costa, okay.
for the Cunningham,
Cunningham,
the teacher,
okay.
Cunningham,
Yes.
for the Costa was the teacher. For the McGrath
Okay.
was the principal of the college.
Okay. They were all white.
Yes.
Had you seen a white man before?
Well, the white man came to see me with the priest.
Okay. Oh, really?
Priest who came to second house.
Ah.
Mission the priest.
What was your reaction when you saw a white man for the first time?
Well,
It was
the priests are white.
okay. That was your impression. That priests are white.
Yes.
Since there had never been a black priest.
No, they're not.
Okay. We're going to come later to Father Aloysius Nwankwo, who became the first black priest in Anglophone speaking Cameroon.
Yes.
Okay. So you went to Sase. Can you tell us about your experience in Sase? What was the program?
The program,
Yes. When did you get up? Did you lunch, supper, and all that?
I must say it was really rough
Rough.
because I didn't have a lot of money.
Okay. So they didn't give people food. Each person had to buy.
They used to sell some food in the refectory.
Okay.
Then you go and buy some extra one cookie you wanted. You had the money.
So what food did they used to serve? Can you remember?
Beans,
Okay.
potatoes,
Wow.
yams,
Okay.
and what else.
Who are those who cooked?
The school had some cooks.
Wow.
Because the college had a big kitchen
I see.
and they had permanent cooks.
I see. So, which batch? When I forgot to ask the year that you would actually enter as a college.
And from the college,
49.
I think I saw a picture there.
49.
1949. Okay. Do you still remember your classmates? Are some of them still alive?
You know William Ayuk?
Yeah, very, very renowned.
William Ayuk
Yes.
of your village.
Exactly. Oh, so he was a classmate.
From my class.
Why do you remember William? I look so promptly. Was he a very good friend?
I like him very much.
Okay.
And he was from the same village as you.
Can you imagine? Why did you like him?
He was a good man.
Okay. And I interesting. So you went to Sase. It was a rough experience because
Road, very far.
very far. Did you miss Sisong?
I was missing Chisholm when I was. Chisholm is a primary school.
Okay.
Saturday is a college.
Exactly.
The only college at that time.
Wow. Interesting. Thank you about that. So, you shall say, was there an exam, a GCE, O level, A level?
We are still the was in first year, few years.
Okay. So later on,
At the end, also
Yes.
at the college,
yes.
you do JC and you do JC exam.
Okay. Did you do it
Yeah,
and you passed? Obviously.
with distinction.
With distinction. I read in one of the books that was written that you passed with distinction.
Yeah.
You've always been a serious student.
Well, not only serious but brilliant.
Serious and brilliant. I love the adjectives. I like that adjective. Thank you very much, Professor. It shows that you studied very seriously.
Yeah.
I love your adjective. So you passed with distinction. And after that, what happened next when you passed?
It's interesting to tell you a little bit before I did the exam.
Okay.
And when I got to standard, what do I call it? To standard 4, standard 5,
Okay.
I was sacked.
You were sacked as a student.
Yes. Because I don't pay fees so all the years.
Oh my God.
They thought I would be a priest.
Ah.
I didn't go to seminary.
Since you didn't go to seminary, they say you must pay.
They said I must pay my fees.
How much did they give you in the amount?
I think 10 pounds.
Wow. That was much more than those days.
8.
Why did they think you'd be a priest? Were you? I think it's because you were so brilliant and they wanted you to
So
be a
brilliant.
priest.
And I was taught by Father Adam.
Oh,
School seminarian.
okay.
So he told them that I could be a priest.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what happened with that? Did you pay the money?
Yeah.
Okay.
They had me to pay.
Yes.
I was back from Saturday.
Yes.
And I got to CDC Tico.
Ah, I see.
And I worked for my fees.
Okay. You worked and came back and paid.
Yeah.
And what happened next?
When I was working, I was spending all the money. I came and paid all the fees. And my wife.
Yes.
And then they asked me to continue.
Okay. After you had paid.
I can do the GCE.
Interesting. So one interesting thing is this priesthood. So you had no admiration for priesthood?
I was married for priesthood, but I didn't want to be a priest.
Okay, you didn't want to, you were clear about it.
Because I had my classmates
Yes,
who decided to do priesthood.
yes.
Clement,
Oh,
Veduko.
yes. Okay.
So I didn't volunteer to be a priest.
You were very sincere with yourself.
Yes.
You didn't have the vocation.
Well, I didn't feel the call.
You didn't feel the call. Okay, that's very good. I admire that decision you took. So you paid the money after working and came back to Sase.
Yes.
And
I worked in the CDC,
okay,
collected the money,
Tico
and
and paid.
paid the fees.
What were you working in Tico? What were you doing?
I was in the, what do you call it?
Do you remember?
Medical register. Medical clerk.
Okay, medical clerk.
Yes, I was a medical clerk. And I also worked part-time in the plantations. We collected banana.
Okay. Wow. So you lived in Tico? You had a house, a small house.
They gave me a small house.
Interesting. You cook your food.
I cooked my food. And during holiday,
Yes.
some students from Sake came to stay with me.
Some of your friends.
One of my friends from Bato.
I see. Interesting. So you finished, paid your fees, and continued in Sase until advanced level.
Yeah, when I finished, I came back, paid all the fees, be a 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5 years. And then, for my old man,
Yes.
asked me if I wanted to continue to work in the factory. I said, yes, I prefer to go and work in the factory. I told him, no, I want to teach.
Yeah.
When he told me, I want to teach, I can employ you as a teacher.
Oh wow. And he employed you eventually.
And he employed me.
What were you teaching? Let me ask.
I was teaching biology.
Okay.
I was teaching, what again?
Latin.
Hmm?
Latin.
What?
Latin.
Latin.
I was teaching Latin, yes.
Okay.
Very good at Latin.
So you're a good science student.
School science student,
Wow.
good Latinist.
Okay. So do you remember some of the students you taught? I know you taught many of them here in Qs, but we have not arrived Qs. We are talking about Sase.
Well, many of them are in town here.
Okay.
They died eventually.
Interesting.
They are working in Yaoundé.
Oh, that's good. Lovely. So you taught in Sase, so you were only teaching, you were not a student anymore.
So I was teaching a teacher.
Okay. So how long were you there?
2 years.
2 years. And after that, what happened?
I did the entrance examination to University of Badagry.
How did that come about? How did you get that connection?
At that time,
Yes.
if you were brilliant,
Okay.
you were entered to do the entrance to University of Badagry.
Oh, okay.
I was brilliant,
Yes, and you took the
so
exam.
I took the entrance.
Okay.
And I passed so well. I passed with distinction,
Okay.
and I was given a scholarship to do medicine.
Wow. Interesting. That was in the 70s or 60s?
That was
Because you went to Sase in 1949, and 5 years, 7 years, so 49, 54.
No.
Yeah, it was around 50 something, 1950s, 60s. From what I see here, because 12.
He said he did the GC in Form 4,
Not from 5.
then passed, and passed with a distinction that he was exempted from the high school level, and then got into the university.
I didn't do the GCA at all.
You didn't? Wow, you went straight to. That was interesting.
And with scholarship.
Wow, can you imagine?
Adelabu
Okay.
was given scholarship to the best students at that time.
Who was Adelabu?
Adelabu was the minister in charge of education in Lagos.
Okay.
And he selected the best students, who was the best students at the entrance,
In Africa.
and yes, in Africa, and gave him scholarship.
Wow.
So gave him scholarship out from Cameroon.
Yes.
There was 1 or 2 students from Port Harcourt,
Okay.
over here. So 1 student from Ghana,
Okay.
who was doing scholarships
Wow, interesting.
to go straight
To Ibadan.
to Ibadan to do medicine.
Wow. Tell us about this experience. You inform your parents. In those days, there was no phone. So how did you inform them?
It did not interest them.
Oh, why?
They were not concerned about scholarships and entrance.
Okay.
The other one was smart and fast and kind of going ahead
Okay.
to Ibadan.
So you left for Ibadan from Sase.
Yeah.
Tell us about the trip. Did you travel alone? Because from Sase to Ibadan, you must have. Did you go by sea or by land?
From Sase,
Yes.
you pass through Enugu,
Okay. So through Mamfe, Enugu.
through Mamfe,
Exactly.
Abakaliki,
By car.
and Enugu by car, by truck.
By truck. How were those trucks? Were you sitting behind or in front?
Always behind.
Oh, really? So they're this land.